Alright, what's good everyone? I'm back with another video. Now this story time takes place back in 2020. Now during that time I was working at a vinyl factory where I just printed out sheets. So I got put with this lesbian chick that just started working there. So her and I are having a conversation for a bit, while being productive of course, until this man in his 30s, pushing 30s, walks up to me, puts his arm around me, and says, "Hey, I like you, you're a cool dude." And then after that, he said if I tried to move up on his girl, then we were going to have problems. I didn't really think much of it due to the fact that this is a man with a family talking that way about an 18-year-old lesbian chick who lives with her girlfriend. And she was like 4 feet away from us when he said it. So when he left, she asked me what he said, and I told her, but I said it like it really wasn't a big deal. He was just joking. And then she shook her head and said, "No, he wasn't." I was like, "Really? Pray tell." So she whips out the case to her AirPods and then also told me that he gave her a $200 Visa gift card. Yeah, so she said he walked over to her one day and just said, "Oh, I think you're beautiful, and I know you got a girl, but I kind of want to make you my girl." And he was talking about wanting to spoil her. But quite a few people knew what he was doing, so they started calling him the sugar daddy with no sugar. After that day, we're no longer working together, but we are working next to each other. So she was pretty much my work neighbor, and we would have conversations here and there, despite not being allowed to talk to her. I'm not going to avoid contact with a lesbian chick who's in a relationship out of respect for some dude that literally has no shot with her whatsoever. Man bought her flowers and some chocolate-covered strawberries. Now, if he actually took the time to get to know her, he would know that she fucking hates strawberries. So in the morning one day, she was telling me about how weird this guy makes her feel, and she wanted me to go up to him to pretty much tell him to back off. I wasn't really going to because it just was not my place, and on top of that, I wasn't even going to do anything with her, so yeah. Fast forward to lunch break, I'm in the bathroom just washing my hands, and guess who walks out of the bathroom stall? It was that predator, also known as the sugar daddy with no sugar. Yeah, that was ass timing. Like, he just happened to be the only other person in the bathroom at that time. I just chose like a really poor time to wash my hands because he was there before me in a stationary position. So after he sees me, he says my name, and he was like, "I came up to you and I tried being nice, but if you want to keep talking to her, I'm gonna have to fuck your ass up." So he like steps up to me and his eyes are like super wide open. He was trying to act all intimidating and whatnot. This dude's like 5'4" and maybe 130 pounds. I'm not gonna lie, it actually kind of threw me off because this is like the nicest dude, so I just wasn't expecting it. Even though this dude's like covered in tattoos and he looks like one of those wannabe cholos, he was always nice to me. So after this man threatened to physically assault me for talking to his lesbian crush, I kind of just looked at him for a few seconds, and then I turned away from him to finish washing the rest of the soap off my hands. So I kind of just dropped the whole truth bomb of what she wanted me to tell him. He got super offended over that. He was like, "Well, she's gonna have to tell me that herself." So I was like, okay. I'm walking down the hall and I see the lesbian chick with her friend, and we're all just looking at each other until I threw a thumbs up, and her eyes got like super wide, so she started walking towards me. After what I explained what happened, I said that he was gonna come talk to her about it, and after she heard that, she started freaking out. She was like, "Oh my god, what am I gonna do?" That's why you don't have people fight your battles for you, because it's gonna make you look bad. It's just gonna piss off the other person even more, and now they have more to confront you about. So yeah, she's not really a confrontational person, so when he went to confront her about it, she pretty much told him that most of what I said was a lie because she didn't want to hurt his feelings. Even though that is a very shitty thing to do to someone after they did that, I didn't really care too much. I mean, I did at first, but coming to think of it, I didn't do it for her. I was getting threatened, so I kind of just laid out the truth to hurt his feelings because I figured out really quickly that man probably has a vagina. So I had a friend that was also his partner, and my friend would tell me about how he has to listen to this man vent about me, saying he's glad he talked to her because now he knows I'm a liar, and he was also saying that he would whoop me. And I told my friend to tell him that the offer was on the table, and he said he was going to, but he didn't end up doing it because he didn't want to be a part of it, which, I mean, that's understandable. To be fair, he was kind of put in an awkward position. And the reason I wasn't going to approach him about it was because I already made plans on reporting him, so why would I do something to make myself look like less of a victim, you know what I mean? So next day I'm doing work, and he walks over towards my area, and I see him in the corner of my eye waiting for me to finish what I'm doing so he can talk to me. So I'm like, what's up? And this dude tries to have a heart-to-heart conversation with me. He said what he told me yesterday, he just wanted to let me know that he meant it, and how would I feel if he moved in on a girl I had a thing for. He wanted to let me know where he was coming from, and that he saw me as a friend. So when he quote-unquote saw me trying to move in on the girl he liked, that's why he felt super betrayed, I guess. Which is just a complete double standard. So he's okay with trying to get with someone that's already in a relationship and buying her like a Versace kit. But when I have a basic conversation with a girl that he likes, I'm just a disloyal, backstabbing dirtbag. That makes perfect sense. This man obviously thinks I'm cute because if he didn't, then he would have nothing to worry about. I wouldn't even be in this situation. So the next day, the plant supervisor comes in, and he normally just comes in to like say hi to everyone and just check on stuff. So he says what's up to me, and I knew now was a better time than any. So I told him about everything that was going on, and yeah, he just started laughing. The sad part was, if I was him, I probably would have started laughing too, but goddamn. He said he was way too old for her and that I can easily take him. And I was like, what the fuck am I hearing right now? He was not taking the situation serious at all. He just said he would call him into his office and talk to him about it. And I just said never mind then, because the intention was to get him fired. I was gonna go to human resources next, but I didn't end up doing it because what just happened was already hard enough. So I didn't end up doing anything, but luckily the situation was kind of starting to die down. There's this chick I started working with, and he would start buying her stuff now, but it wasn't like anything nice. It would be like a bag of chips or something. We were like 99% sure that the reason that he started buying her stuff was because he thought I liked her, and he was like trying to give me like a taste of my own medicine. One day my friend walks up to me, which is also his working partner, and he says, dude, he's over there crying. So I look over, and this man has his hood over his head, halfway covering his face. I asked what happened, and he was crying because his 18-year-old lesbian crush that's in a relationship was talking to us and not him. And other people started seeing that he was crying and was like, what the fuck? Because crying and simping over an 18-year-old lesbian chick, matter of fact, a girl in general, it just... what a faggot, Jesus Christ. He even brought her off to the side during break to have a heart-to-heart with her. But after that, everything went back to normal. That chick ended up quitting. And the sugar daddy with no sugar ended up getting fired maybe a month or so after that because he missed too many hours of work. I guess he still held a grudge because he said bye to everyone except for me. Before he got fired, my friend and I, which is his work partner, him and I went to go get Chick-fil-A. So we come back and we're eating. And you know who comes over to say hi to his partner. And he was acting normal. We were all having a conversation. He actually never had Chick-fil-A before, so I gave him some of my nuggets as my final peace offering. Well, as long as I did my part. I was the only person he got onto about talking to her. He just thought he could mess with me just because I was younger. That's what it was. And I found this out months after he got fired, but it turns out he was on meth. Anyways, that is the end of the video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Leave a like if you did, and yeah, until next time.